vaccine coming.
I hope.
I heard there's a vaccine coming with very few side effects.
Well, I don't want any side effects. How about that? None.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right,
congestive
Alex.
heart failure? I'd rather have COVID.
It's worth it, right? You know, just like, what's your life worth? Is your temporary life worth more than your permanent, like than your long-term life?
Just get a fucking leaky valve, then you're fucked.
Mm-hmm. You just go to Lowe's and buy a new one.
Fucking blood starts going back into your heart. It's supposed to go away from it. Yeah, that shit.
What if you lost?
That'd be bad.
What if you lost the ability to have an orgasm? Or have an
time. That's actually. Hey, that's one of the. That's an actual side effect.
It is an actual side effect of a lot of antidepressants.
COVID-19. They have evidence that it lives in your balls and it causes ED that Viagra won't help.
You're saying the virus causes it?
Yes.
I thought it was porn-induced erectile dysfunction. I thought porn did that.
I don't know.
Well, porn does do that. It makes you want to face fuck your wife, too.
Say what?
Who you want to repeat? Who do you want to repeat? Me or Chris?
Tyler.
Well, you said porn causes that, too. And I said, yeah, and porn also makes you want to face fuck your wife for some reason. Because that's just the world we live in. She's like, why are you fucking my face right now?
You want this?
I don't know. I'm just experimenting. When in reality, that's all he watches on Pornhub because he's addicted to face fuck porn.
Yeah. It's just like...
It's just like runny eyes.
Vomit.
Loogie spit.
Lots of spit.
Loogie spit. It's not even real spit. It's just like thick spit.
It's like that almost about to throw up spit.
Yeah.
Dude, when I watched those, I felt so bad.
Really?
I felt so bad for her. Yeah.
Why?
Well, the one that I saw, she couldn't breathe at all, and he wasn't letting her breathe.
Dude, she's
His
getting
cock was
paid.
all the way down her throat.
Yeah, she's getting money.
But the side profile is pretty nice. I like the cinematography from the side view. It's pretty nice.
Where you can see the bulge in the throat, and they put their thumb on the bulge.
I like it when it goes slow back and forth. Yeah. Anyway,
I can't watch that crap. It's too brutal for me.
So anyways, NASA says that they may have uncovered a parallel universe.
How is this possible?
where at?
Saturn?
Okay, well, just to set the
Surely not
stage.
on Earth.
To set the stage in Antarctica, scientists have been studying the use of ultra-high energy cosmic neutrinos. I'm saying that wrong, but
That's Spanish for neutrons.
it's a neutrinos. They're so the Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna, or the ANITA for short. It measures pretty much just high energy particles in the atmosphere going into space. It's just like an antenna that they have in Antarctica.
Okay.
So the recent news that has been floating around lately is that NASA has uncovered evidence of a bizarre parallel universe where physics and time operate in reverse.
Okay.
That was the headline. So they're pretty much saying that they measured these ultra high frequency particles when they collide. They emit smaller particles that they can measure. And they were saying instead of the particles coming in from space, they were coming up and going out into space as if they were flowing backwards through time.
Right.
So they're saying that they've been studying this for years, and it's been not proven as much as they say it may have, but it's not disproved either.
Right.
So they're saying it could have been interference from the ice in Antarctica, ice moving around. It could be that they're just getting the wrong readings. But I did read something interesting that they have this one in Antarctica near the pole. What would that be? The South Pole?
Yes.
South Pole hole?
So they have another one on the North Pole. I forget what it's called. But they have one on the North Pole that measured similar instances as well. So
I'm thinking
who knows?
it's the hollow Earth, man, that's making those interference.
Like it's coming from the center of the Earth out.
Yeah, they're saying that it's floating out into space versus those high energy particles coming from space onto Earth like
It's
normal.
probably those humanoids that are blind turn their TV on. And it's just
I think it's probably the remnants of Hitler and his buddies in the hollow Earth.
The Spear of Destiny's down there.
Hollow Earth.
They're trying to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you're
The
talking
Spear
about
of
the
Destiny.
It's probably the radio signal to the moon base.
Yeah, on the dark side of the moon,
Yeah.
there's a giant.
You ever
That's
seen,
where
ever
the
seen
Transformers
Iron
live.
Sky? That's what's going to happen.
Sky. So the news kind of spun it in a way that, hey, we found a parallel universe and time flows backwards and physics goes backwards and it's alternate reality and this is and really it's just a study trying to support the theory that, hey, we found particles moving in a totally different way, going totally against the laws of physics that we perceive right now.
Because they don't follow our physics. So
Right. The astronomer Carl Sagan, he quoted,
Shit.
That's
He-
valid
get real.
astronomy.
in real, he quoted, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And at the present, we've got a great theory, but we lack the evidence to back it up.
Times like this, I wish Stephen Hawking was still alive. And been
Yeah.
like, "Yes, it's a real event."
You got to flap your
Would
lips
Stephen
when you
Hawking
do it.
Would Stephen Hawking be on Android or iOS?
I think his chair ran on a
I think Huawei, right?
Linux.
He was using Linux.
Yeah.
what was it?
It is not very true. I believe he says that physics is not actually logical.
So how's it, Steven, how's it to go to the bathroom?
My body tells me to use the bathroom with these clothes my pants and clean somebody dive.
So you don't have so you actually poop your pants, you don't have a bag outside of it.
Correct.
Okay. Do you get turned on?
I have a fully functional penis
Well, who
that works on its own. I don't really have ability to control it. It has a mind of its own, so I get it an erection, and then I have my caretaker relieve me.
so do you
Oh, so do you get pegged?
do you have what they call wet dreams?
But I have a wet dream, and I'm very good at it.
Well, you're my wet
It's an
dream.
uncontrollable symptom of my condition.
Okay.
What?
Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks, Stephen.
When I talk to Stephen, I'm thinking more along the lines of stuff like this.
I'm glad that we had our first guest. Thank you, Stephen Hawking.
Thank
the-
you, Stephen.
from the
We might
grave.
we might have him back.
Well, I think we caught something away from Antarctica, and like his voice was in them.
It was the negative waves.
Yeah.
It was his consciousness from the positive Earth and the consciousness of the negative Earth. They passed along and intersected at that point, and we were lucky to catch it.
Yep. It won't happen for another 1.5 million years.
Godspeed,
Yep.
Steve.
If they could measure if they could measure more of the neutrinos, then maybe they could listen to him talking in reverse and see the secrets of the universe.
They just melt the ice.
Oh,
Right?
wow. I wonder what that would sound like in reverse.
I don't know.
Well, we'll have to play it back. So you debunked the NASA thing. Well, NASA debunked it. They said they figured out why that they believe that those things were moving in reverse. So it's not really like
No, they
a
didn't- they didn't prove
gangbuster
either-
topic.
either
No,
one.
it's neither one. They didn't debunk it. It was some evidence towards it, but it wasn't enough evidence to prove it.
Yeah.
But it's like a step in the right direction.
There's no way to actually prove it. Like, unless you
Yeah, they
actually,
can't physically step. Yeah, you can't step into the alternate timeline dimension and then come right back.
Well,
Or at least not
the
right
entire
now.
time the
That's-
parallel universe is getting blasted with Trumpisms constantly.
Come get your Trump bucks. If you don't vote for me, you're black.
Silver colloidal.
You're a globalist.
Darsaurus.
listen here, brother. Buy
Wait,
my
no.
body armor and meal packets and be ready for the end of the world.
I am the fucking kryptonite.
The little boys, they come up to me in the swimming pool, and the little boys, they say, your leg hair is looking pretty white there, and they roll them back down on my leg, and
I think we have our second guest, Joe Biden. What do you mean by you're not black if we don't vote for you?
well, That's an interesting question there, Allison. And,
you know my name?
You know,
Fuck.
Yes, I've been a long-time listener
Later.
to the TACT Lab show. And if you want to rub my leg hair a little more,
I'll
then
tell you,
I'll tell
Alex, you want to take this outside?
Yeah, let's take it outside.
You want to take this outside? You see the virus outside is doing the stuff. You got to listen to the guy that says the stuff. You know what I mean.
Is this Biden too?
Fuck it, which was real? Fuck.
Don't listen to that one.
I don't know.
That's,
you sound the same.
That's Earth. That's Earth 2 Biden.
Okay,
I'm Earth 1 Biden.
he's talking-
Biden 1, pull your pants down. Biden 2, pull your pants down.
Biden-
We've got to
don't
compare
listen to
cock
Biden
sizes
2.
and hair length on your legs.
You can hear Biden one's voice. He was instructed by Nixon. He sounds just like him.
He's a Nixon probe.
Oh my god.
400 billion trillion voters out there.
You guys think the negative world, who would be president?
Fucking Alex Jones.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking negative world. JFK.
It'd be Bernie Sanders.
JFK doesn't
there'd be a Biff's place in a
No, negative
You know,
zone.
fucking-
Like, Trump's president in Trump Tower. In a negative zone.
But if Alex Jones was president, he would definitely have a Jonestown.
Yeah, he just ride around the
He
tank.
would have a Jones Tower.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
He just
baby.
ride around in the fucking Abram and just yell out a microphone. Stephen Hawking would walk.
Maybe negative Earth or America's the enemy. Maybe we're like the Middle East doing like suicide bombings on each
yeah.
other and shit.
Everything's just black and white,
Oh.
like inverse, like negative.
You mean like
Oh, it's noir.
Like in
No, I mean, like, it's
9/11, we freaking we crashed buildings into Dubai's buildings.
it would be
the
like a
bit,
real life
the
Wolverines movie with
Mia
Patrick
Khalifa
Swayze.
What's it called?
Yeah,
The Mia Khalifa?
so on 9/11, so on 9/11, two Americans named Mike Jones and
Wait, I thought you said Mia Khalifa.
and Jesse Jones.
Yeah,
they
the Mia
crashed
Khalifa
airplanes.
building.
They clashed airplanes into the Mia Khalifa, causing them things to sway left and right.
Them
up
two
and
mounds fell down.
very supplely, and then they finally
Oh.
collapsed under pressure.
In sidebar, in a negative world, Mia Khalifa is actually John Stamos with the wig.
I like that.
Oh, nice.
Do you guys think you would be white in the negative world?
Who?
I'm thinking I would be Italian or something.
You'd be like black with like white eyes and like purple hair.
Oh.
Like a negative, like a film negative. Like exposed.
Like a
Like
emo?
blackface.
Like a inverse shadow.
Like a very confused emo kid?
Y'all remember Dragon Ball Z?
Mm-hmm.
We would,
Yeah.
we would all look like Mr. Poe.
That's racist. Mr. Popo is straight racist.
Anyway.
I think I'm bald. I'm bald in the negative world.
No, you're probably okay. So we need to differentiate the negative world versus alternate Earths and alternate realities. I think we need to establish that.
The difference between multiverse and parallel universe.
Yes, I think we need to try to differentiate that before we start diving into our alternate personalities.
Okay.
At the same time, say the same words.
So we have multiverse and parallel universes. I would
Right.
wager. What's the term? Wager.
Wager?
I would wager that most people think they're the same thing. Right.
You would bid?
You would bet.
What's the over under on people knowing the difference between the two?
Well,
Oh, I
think-
don't know that.
depends on how nerdy
Think
you are.
Vote for Biden.
I think 99% of the people think that they are the same thing.
Okay. So the multiverse is a hypothetical group of multiple universes. So that's where like you see like at the end of Men in Black where you have the marbles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are the multiverses.
Oh, I thought those
Different
were
Different
different
galaxies.
universes.
Well, it's like an analogy. In that movie, they were the universes, but the multiverse. Parallel universes are all the alternate versions of yourself inside the multiverse. That makes sense?
I see. So you're saying like
Yeah.
if we took a camera and we zoomed out of Earth and we zoomed out enough, we might be in a droplet of water on a leaf that's inside another world. That would be a multiverse.
Not quite, but
Oh, wouldn't a multiverse just be like a bag of Skittles, but they're all
Yes.
different Earths?
yes. And there's different
Yes.
parallel universes inside each Skittle.
Yeah, so the multiverse would be where, like, one of us is, like,